My name is Derrick. I am the married father of 3. All of our kids have attended Colorado Springs public schools. I spoke out at a recent school board meeting coming out in opposition to the inclusion of critical race theory.
I check into hotels and I fly commercially and I walk into retail establishments and I order food in restaurants. I go wherever I want, whenever I want. I am treated with kindness, dignity, and respect.
I'm not a fan of critical race theory for a number of reasons. Number one, segregating society in general, let alone school children, into oppressed and oppressors is not healthy.
I can think of nothing more damaging to a society than to tell a baby born today that she has grievances against another baby born today simply because of what their ancestors may have done 2 centuries ago.
The majority of Americans who vote twice voted for a black man to be their president. We had 2 consecutive black attorneys general. This is the only nation on earth where you find an Oprah Winfrey.
Let racism die the death it deserves, and let's keep living the life of the country that we are. Thank you.
Please welcome leader of the Rocky Mountain Black Conservatives, Derrick Wilburn. Derrick, thank you for being here.
Appreciate it, Doc. Pleasure's all mine.
I think Dr. Harper's point that I agree with, and maybe it's a matter of semantics, his point is that critical race theory is not being taught, that is a whole other subject matter, not appropriate for K through 12. What do you say about that?
I'm in agreement with that. I do not believe it's appropriate for K through 12. Once you're at the collegiate level, you can pick and choose your classes. And you can say, look, I do or I do not want to take class X, Y, or Z. The reason that I spoke out at a school board and other members, other people around the country have, is because our K-12 school boards were considering it. That's the whole reason you show up and you present your point of view.
Are you objecting to aspects of our history that have to do with the violation of the rights of Black Americans?
No.
Earlier. What is it that you object to?
Absolutely not. We must teach history. We should teach history, all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Certainly slavery was a blight on this nation, is a blight, and we need to make sure that all generations, current and those still coming, know exactly what happened. That's why I'm not a fan of, we had a meeting at our school board about a Confederate flag being shown in the room. A teacher brought a Confederate flag into the room, and some students got upset and they voted on whether or not to ban it. I don't want the Confederate flag banned. I want my children to see that flag. I want them to know about the atrocities that were committed on the ground beneath it. So I don't have a problem with the teaching of history. One of the issues with CRT is, if it's coming to K-12, where's it coming from? Is this a big brother? Is this a top-down federal Department of Ed curriculum? Is this locally done? Is this state-run?
So was there an actual proposal that someone was bringing to your school district to teach critical race theory specifically?
The district at which I made internet viral fire was the board voting whether or not to bring CRT in any fashion of it whatsoever into the K-12 curriculum.
Yeah, see, I'm afraid that what was likely happening there is that anything being taught about race and racism in America was being lumped into this bucket called CRT. That is, frankly, disrespectful to the intellectual genius that was Derrick Bell, a tenured Black male professor at Harvard University. It's disrespectful to Kimberly Crenshaw, a brilliant Black woman who is a professor at Columbia University and UCLA Law School, who've been laboring in the trenches for decades on these very important legal concepts and principles. I think it's intellectually lazy and disrespectful to lump anything related to the teaching of race and racism and oppression in our nation into this category of CRT.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.